come to you throughout the morning. Joining me right now is Amy Steelman and Lou Angeli. You both have been firefighters for many, many years. You were invited by the International Association of Firefighters to help us better understand what your brethren are up to at this hour. You actually make instructional videos for firemen. What I'd like for you to do for us now, we're going to put up on the screen some of the video you were able to shoot on Wednesday night down at Ground Zero. Extremely treacherous conditions. Describe to us what you're seeing or what you saw as soon as this video comes up. Either one of you. I know this is difficult for you. And if you can't see the picture, just tell me what you saw when you went down there.
Okay, this is from building number 5. Actually, this was Ground Zero. There were just thousands of firefighters staging in the area at this time. I think the thing that impressed me the most at this point was the work of the operating engineers, the folks the steel and structural people, who were removing huge chunks of debris and finessing these huge girders and stuff so that the firefighters and the rescue teams could actually go in and sift through the rubble.
How dangerous is it?
It's extremely dangerous. The buildings are unstable. Firefighters, as seen here, are having injuries. Amy ended up getting injured yesterday.
What happened to you?
I think it was an accumulation. Wednesday, we spent the entire day, the entire evening at Ground Zero, and I had a lot of chest pain, a lot of discomfort trying to breathe. And then we were coming back yesterday to shoot again, and I ended up in the hospital. I had a seizure, and
oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And what you experienced, I'm sure, is very similar to what those firefighters on duty and other rescue workers are up against.
It's ludicrous to think that these little paper masks that they're running around wearing are efficient at filtering the oppressiveness of the air down there. It's full of fibrous materials. You can feel how heavy and how thick the air gets the closer you become with Ground Zero. And most of those guys, God love them, are out there without really any kind of protection for their lungs at all.
They are well aware of the risks they're taking.
I don't know that they're aware of the risks that they're taking. I don't know that there has been an influx of equipment to handle that problem, as far as breathing apparatus, and you were talking about specific kinds of masks.
Right now at Ground Zero, there are 3 levels of firefighters and 3 levels of training. The Fire Department of New York, of course, it's their jurisdiction, and their firefighters are there and doing a lot of the moving of debris and checking for bodies and survivors. And we have urban search and rescue teams who've come in from all over the country. I believe that there are 14 here now of the 28 that operate throughout the United States. These teams are special teams that do nothing but search and rescue.
And there's 75 members on each team.
And they come in. You can tell the difference because they wear a blue jumpsuit and usually have a white hard hat. But the kind of respirators that they're using, we would call a half-mask respirator with 2 filters on it. Those are the kind of respirators that these firefighters need, and it's just not something that the fire department has in inventory.
Well, should it? I mean, now that we've seen the magnitude of something like this happening, are you angry that your fellow firefighters are down there breathing this stuff that sent you to the hospital yesterday?
What needs to be understood is that firefighters and rescue personnel are just now getting their first taste of being trained for terrorist activity.
And how are they doing?
This is not our training.
As best they can, right?
As best they can.
But they are severely compromised, are they not, by the lack of equipment?
Kurt Weldon, Congressman Kurt Weldon from Pennsylvania, has been working this angle for several years. We've been trying to get firefighters trained to learn domestic terrorism response. Certainly when the first firefighters arrived at the World Trade Center, what they faced was a blazing flammable liquid fire. They certainly didn't anticipate that another jet would crash in, nor would the 2 buildings and collapse on them. And so we as firefighters perhaps need to start thinking like soldiers and like the military.
Well, isn't that sad?